Go.
Good evening, chemistry students. Today we're going to be making some garlic aioli or garlic mayo. Pretty simple recipe. We started off with mashing up some garlic and salt together, 2 cloves of garlic. If you don't like garlic or you don't have garlic, that's okay. You don't really need garlic to make mayo. It just adds a little extra flavor. So in addition to that, we've got an egg yolk. So the egg yolk has a protein called lecithin in it. Lecithin is going to be our emulsifier. So remember, emulsifiers are chemicals that allow two immiscible liquids, liquids that don't normally mix with each other, to mix. Right? An example of immiscible liquids include oil and water. So one example of that would be a balsamic vinaigrette, because it has balsamic vinegar, and vinegar is an acid, but that acid is mostly made out of water. And the other part is olive oil. So in a balsamic vinaigrette, usually you have to shake it up right before you serve it, because otherwise it will separate. As we're going to look, I shook this up a little earlier, and you can see that it's already separating with the vinegar coating the bottom and the oil coming to the top. Right? So you wouldn't want that to happen in your mayo. You don't want to open up a bottle of mayo and see a bunch of oil sitting on the top. So what you need is the lecithin in the egg yolk, and we're going to see how that happens now. So first thing, I'm going to add in our egg yolk. I'm going to whisk it up. So we need to really break up that egg yolk so that the lecithin is released and it can do its magic. I mean science.
Science is real life magic.
There you go. That's my sister in the background there. My cooking engineer and video production engineer. Alright, so we've got this pretty mixed up now. So the next thing we're going to do is add in our vinegar. We've got 2 teaspoons of vinegar in this glass. So we are using vinegar. The recipe actually calls for lemon juice, so you can use 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Instead, vinegar and lemon juice are actually pretty comparable in their acidity. So I'm going to pour that in. And I'm going to stir that up again. You can see it's getting nice and liquidy. So you want to make sure you see those air bubbles in there. Okay. So you should get into a nice foamy mixture of vinegar and egg yolk. And now we're going to be adding in our olive oil. So we've got half a cup of olive oil, but you don't want to add this whole half a cup at one time. You want to add maybe just a tablespoon at a time, especially in the beginning. The reason for this is because to really emulsify the oil into this mixture, you want to add a little bit at a time so the lecithin has a chance to really coat those oil particles to allow the hydrophobic protein in the lecithin. Hydrophobic means repelling water. That side wants to bind with the oil. So we need to just put a little bit of oil so those molecules can find the oil droplets and coat them so that it can be well dissolved in this mixture. So we're going to add in 1 tablespoon at a time. I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. drizzle it in. Mix it up. So right now you might see it's starting to mix together. It's going to look a little heterogeneous because of the chunks of garlic in there, and heterogeneous means you can see little pieces, little chunks in there. It's not completely uniform. That's okay. As we continue to beat it up, it's going to look more and more homogeneous or uniform throughout. Okay, add a little bit more olive oil. You want to be extremely careful at adding your oil, especially in the beginning. And we're going to add a little bit more now.
The mixture should be thickening as you add the oil.
Exactly. It should look more and more like mayo. So right now it's still pretty thin.
Yeah. By incorporating the air, it'll become thicker.
Right.
If you need to take a break, you can ask a buddy to whisk for you.
Right, but as long as you got strong arms like Mr. Pally, it should not be a problem. And a little more oil. Keep on whisking. It's getting a little thicker.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yes.
You definitely want to make sure the oil is fully incorporated before you add in more.
Otherwise, as we did actually in a previous attempt, if you add in too much oil at once, the lecithin is actually not able to really make the droplets of oil that it needs to, so it can coat it. Because if the globs are too big, the proteins can't really get around the droplets of oil so that it can dissolve into the vinegar.
Look how thick that's already getting.
Yep, that's starting to look like mayo. So, just like science, a big part of cooking is patience.
And following directions.
And following directions, that's right.
Mr. Pally, what could you use to eat with this garlic aioli?
Oh, anything you like. I mean, you could use this with French fries. You could add this to bread.
Make a nice sandwich or
yeah,
wrap.
Exactly. You could have it with, you know, anything you want.
Eat it with a
chicken,
burger.
Yeah. I do recommend adding garlic, though. Garlic makes everything yummy.
Garlic and a little salt. You can add cracked pepper to this for taste if you